Hey everybody, it's Colette Baron-Reid. Welcome to this week's Astro Oracle reading, where I take a card and it's going to match your zodiac sign. And the way you get a more extensive personal reading is you take your sun sign. The next card for you is going to be your rising sign or your ascendant, and then the next card is your moon. So you'll end up with 3 cards. That reading goes in tandem with yesterday's reading, the reading for the week. That was the general kind of weather report for the week, which is really about self-care and getting reattuned to your aspirations and dream and vision for your life so that it can actually happen, because it will. And then we're going to see what the Astro Oracle says for you too. So we've got Aries. Aries is sacred reverence. So sacred reverence, Aries, means that you can't look at things too quickly. You have to really savor things this week. You have to really look at things with a sense of that, wow, this is really sacred. I didn't do anything to, it's grace. Grace is the unmerited gift. So really surrendering with awe to the beautiful bounty that this world has offered you this week. And that was energy 7, related to your connection to source, your spirituality, how spiritual thought, how inspired thought comes through you. So it's, again, that inspiration time for you, Aries. Now I'm going to pull one for Taurus. Okay, feel this out. Yeah, the Rose's Kiss. This was also the first card for the week yesterday when we did the reading for yesterday. And this is the second energy center, all about setting boundaries, really appropriate boundaries, and getting into that sensuality of your present moment awareness. Not too difficult for Taurus because you like things that are sensual, Taurus. So it's to be in your body this week. So let's do a card for Gemini. Gemini is card 38, and it's the 6th energy center about imagination and intuition. And this is about endless possibilities. So with this particular card for you, Gemini, it is a wonderful week for you to contemplate your aspirations and taking it a step further than you have in the past, and realizing that maybe you've created limits for yourself that you want to move beyond. So that's a beautiful card to contemplate that this week and start dreaming. Give yourself permission to dream. Now for Cancer, let's pull a card. And this is the energy center of the heart. And the card is Let It Go. And it's about radical forgiveness. It's really requiring Cancerians this week to do an inventory of resentment. If you still had some resentment from the past, you've got to let them go. This is a finality of once and for all, cutting the ties that bind you to an old story that has festered and no longer serves you anymore. So that's really important to do this week, Cancer. Now, Leo, spirit of gratitude, and that is the energy center related to spirit. So the element of that is thought. So it's funny because gratitude typically would be at the heart, but when you think about the spirit of gratitude, is if we are grateful for our connection to the conscious universe and our inherent, innate connection to spirit, then all manner of miracle is possible for us, because gratitude is the abracadabra of all things. So spirit is infused in all things. And so that's what we have to remember for Leo this week, right? Now, here we go. Virgo, and Virgo is the 3rd energy center. And this is the storyteller. What story are you telling, Virgo? Really be clear about what kind of story that you're telling about your life right now. Are you talking about what's working for you, or are you spending too much time focusing on the victim story? You always have a choice as to what story that you're telling. So be conscious of it, because sometimes we can be unconscious of that. And we really need to let that story flourish in us so that it becomes part of our reality. Now, it doesn't mean to make up a story, although I always say be grateful in advance for the things that we desire. But truthfully here, it's about you are right. You are the one that's writing your own story. Which one are you going to write this week? Okay, so if you like this video, well, subscribe to my channel. And if you want to have this video brought to your inbox every single week, you're going to want to click on the little bell, and the bell will basically say, okay, here we come. Every week you're going to get the Astro Oracle reading in your inbox before anybody else does, okay? Don't forget, you have to read your sun sign, then your ascendant, and then your moon. Now we're going to be looking at Libra. Now Libra is the energy center, the 5th one, related to communication and it's awakening genius. So how we express ourselves, and this is for Libra, the genius of self-expression is so crucial right now because your authentic self is actually so much greater than the self that you have defined by your life experience up until this point. There is a greater authentic you inside, and it's asking for that part of you to step forward. All right, let's look at the next one. Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, this is the heart, the area of the heart. This is the fourth energy center, great big love. We also got that card this week. So this is beautiful. This is your heart's going to explode in the best way possible this week. This is really about, loving the community, loving yourself, loving others, loving without conditions, and just really feeling that deep appreciation and gratitude for life, period, and for the life that you've been given. And that life happens for you, not at you or to you. This is wonderful too. So we've done Scorpio, now Sagittarius, the power of purpose. This is the third energy center relating to personal power and individuation. So your unique self has a purpose. So you're really getting into that. This is the week. It's kind of interesting when you look at yesterday's reading, we were talking about self-care and a lot of different ways to care for ourselves and then to kind of reclaim our aspirations and then recognize that this is possible, more than possible. So for you, Sagittarius, it brings that home. It's like, really, I got to really bring it home and shoot that arrow into that universe and say, this is true for me. And that purpose is going to find you because it will take that arrow and exactly make it land where it's needed. Now we are going to be looking at Capricorn. So Capricorn is the energy center relating to spirit. And this is an interesting card as well, too, for Capricorns because this is about, it says willing release. It really is about surrendering. It's about surrendering all the stories that you've told that life is not perfect. All the stories that you've told about people having done you harm. It's all the stories that you might have told about controlling things or trying to control things. And this is saying, no, I'm giving it up. I am turning it over to the universe. I can't, the universe can, so I'm going to let it. Right? So that's what you need to be doing. This let go. Just let go and see the beauty that arises for you when you do that and you stop trying to control things. So that's a beautiful one. Now we've got Aquarius, and Aquarius has got number 14. That's the last card in the second energy center, and it's beautiful uncaging. So, sometimes we can become way too rigid about our boundaries. Sometimes we can feel that we have the type that it's impossible for us to be intimate with others. There's a level of coldness sometimes we might feel, or we feel somehow taken hostage by life, and we haven't really found ourselves safely. Like we might, be locked up in a prison of our own making, if you will, but the way we see the world. And this is saying, let yourself out. This is the beautiful uncaging. You have the key to let yourself out of this and really allow yourself to be fully present to what life has to offer you without being too rigid around your boundaries, being more flexible and curious about what life has to offer you, especially when it comes to relationships. Now, this one here, the last but not least, Pisces. Pisces is the card number 27, a grand symphony, also the heart. So we're looking at the sensation of praise. So the grand symphony is of feeling really praising in advance the concept that you belong in a way that if you wasn't for your unique note in the symphony of life, it would not sound right. All right, so it's really taking your belonging seriously. You belong. You have a right to belong. You have a right to love and to be loved, and to also to be the you that you were born to be in the community with others, and you do not have to be the same as other people. A note distinct from others is you. So this is really, truly celebrating also your uniqueness, because you're not going to play the same note as everybody, because then we would all be playing the same note, ning, 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 right? This is harmony. That means that your note is separate and distinct, beautiful and perfect. So this is all about bringing more harmony into your life this week. All right, that was the Astro Oracle for this week with the 7 Energies Oracle. I hope you're loving these as much as I am. All right, see you next time. Bye. Okie dokie, everybody. If you like this video, share this video with your friends. And like my video, like my page, and leave a comment because I love to read them. And I'll see you next time.